Yo, ladies and gentlemen, back again, man. We got the homie Daniel, one half of the R&B group Division. Brand new project about to hit, working on my karma. And the streets is excited, brother. How you feeling?
I feel good, man. I feel excited.
Yo, how you feel going into this project? It seems like there's so much momentum. I'm seeing a lot more visuals and social media content coming out of it. Is there a different level of, I guess, like hype, in your head versus previous, or is it like this regular degular?
Not in my head. I mean, I know that because people tell me that, like, we get to see things more. We definitely made a point of trying to make sure there's more visuals and just more things for people to really get the story and the vision of, Division.
Yeah. And this time, been seeing a lot of activity, with Jermaine Dupri being in the studio. And anybody who knows Jermaine Dupri knows he knows this music thing.
Yeah.
He one of those guys, Songwriters Hall of Fame. So having somebody like that adding to what you guys already bring to the table, how's that whole experience been?
I mean, it's exactly that. Having someone like that, of that caliber, that legacy. He's so many different things at once. From like, one side of his brain is just all creative, and the other side of it, is business, it's promoter, it's it's everything all kind of wrapped up. So you learn a lot. You go through a lot of just different stages of growth when you're around somebody like that, because there's at any given time he's dropping a jewel or dropping a gem that can end up changing your whole perspective on things.
Mm-hmm.
But the dopest part is just being able for him to be as close as he is. It's like a big brother at this point, and to know that he has his whole heart kind of in the project too, just like that. It's not just like he came and we got a JD beat or something like that. He's really, he helped executive produce the whole album. He's, side by side, shoulder to shoulder, running this whole thing with us. So it's dope, man. Big shout outs to JD.
No doubt. And like, you guys are super serving the R&B world, man, giving us all types of, flavors and palettes. I mean, like, first it led off with the If I Get Caught record that made a gang of noise. Then y'all teamed up with Jagged Edge and gave them one of those, like, singing in the rain kind of bops, you know what I'm saying? And then this new one, Don't Take Your Love, it sounds like a modern day classic. You know what I mean?
That's the goal. We wanted to make sure that we didn't leave anything out of the kind of pedigree that would go into things that people would look at and be able to say, this was a moment, a real classic for the time. So, and just the theme. This album, I kind of really want that to resonate with people. I want people to be able to dissect like what that means to them, and just that ideology of trying to just do better than you've been doing.
Got you. Yeah, I mean, because like it's such a layered title.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And like, some people believe in karma, some people don't. So when you're going over album titles in your head, what do we call this project? Did you know what you was gonna call this before you even went to the studio to make the first record, or this kind of just came after I was listening to everything?
Nah, to be honest, this is one of those titles or phrases that we kind of had in our DNA from before you guys even ever heard of us. The original, I guess, Division mixtape that never ended up coming out, but ended up turning into our first album, which was September 5th, was originally called Working on My Karma.
Oh.
And because of that, and we changed the titles to September 5th, and so Working on My Karma actually became my Instagram handle for the past 3 years. I only changed it this year to Daniel Division, but it's always been a theme that we've kind of had, and always been just a perspective, that I want to make sure I try to subscribe to as much as I can in life, which is just, trying to work it all out in the end, And I think whether you want to say people believe it or not, I think everyone can acknowledge that, you can only get out what you put into things.
I agree.
So this is one of those things that'll just hopefully make you think a little bit more about what you put out.
Yeah, hopefully that resonates with people because, like, I have conversations with friends all the time, like, because I'm a big karma guy. Like, that's why I always try to, lead with love, make sure, like,
Right.
I be fair and just in all my dealings. And, some people, like, be like, I don't believe in karma. And I look at their life and be like, nothing's going right for you because look how you're moving.
Because you don't believe in karma.
You know what I'm saying? So, hopefully this opens up a larger dialogue, man. And, shout out to your partner, 1985. I mean, you guys work so dynamically together. What's one thing that sometimes, like, even if not even just musically or artistically, as tight as y'all are in this, what's one thing that you both don't agree on?
A lot of times, to be honest, most of our disagreements they're also in music. But I think that's what creates what you guys end up getting, is because we're constantly challenging each other and constantly having to, like, know when to fight it out for our own view, whether it's on a record, on a lyric, on a snare, a kick drum, to trusting the other one and saying, hey, all right, cool, all right, if you're gonna go that hard, then all right, cool, I'll let you have that one. So, musically, a lot of times we'll sit there and we'll battle until we are both in a place where we feel like the things that we absolutely needed in here were there. As long as we both feel like everything that we personally needed was there, then that's the thing. It's funny because people, when they first saw DVSN and weren't reading it as division, they thought it was Daniel versus 1985.
Why? I would have never even processed
Right,
it, but I can see how people would say that.
Right. So when we saw the internet do that, we were like, that kind of makes sense for us, to be honest, because we definitely go at it. It's that's also my brother. So just like brothers, you fight, you argue, but the love is what keeps you guys rocking forever. So
yeah. I mean, even when you talk about like sonic choices, even in Don't Take Your Love, when you're listening to the record, there's this like sound that comes in. And you can't even figure out the pattern and when it's gonna pop up, and it's just like, yo, man, that's some cool artsy stuff, man, right there.
It's interesting, and with Jermaine and B Cox on this one, it made it even more interesting because it gave 85 different places to start from on what he does, because sometimes it'd be like Jermaine found this sample,
okay,
but he's like, I'm not gonna cut it up, I want you to cut it up, 85, or B Cox found this thing and that turned into something that I did, and then 85 was like, oh, okay, what if we do this, and then it's back to Jermaine, and then Jermaine. So that kind of conveyor belt of minds kind of turned into just a dope, I guess, synergy.
Does this make the process easier for you guys, or is it a little bit harder because there's more at stake? You guys have more eyes on you than ever before, and you got to deliver a full course meal for people to eat.
Yeah, no, I think it makes certain things easier because me and 85 are so used to just being the two of us. So, if we get stuck on something, it's only two minds to figure something out. Whereas now it's like we have other minds around to be like, hey, it's right there. You guys already did it. Or minds to be like, this would be the answer. And you're like, oh, right. We would have never thought of that. Like even What's Up with Jagged Edge, that's a perfect example. The way the song starts was actually originally the bridge.
Wow. Okay.
So Jermaine is the one that heard the bridge and said, yo, take that bridge and put it at the beginning, top of the record, and that's gonna give it that traditional like R&B intro that people just don't even do anymore. And me and 85 were like, oh my God, we would have never thought to do that, but it's just a perfect answer to something that was right there.
Yeah, this ain't even fair what you guys are doing. And the crazy thing is, like, the big narrative for many years has been like, oh, R&B's dead. There's no space for art. But like right now, I'm hearing more R&B than ever before, everybody going for it and killing. So, are you feeling the shift overall?
Oh, for sure. And we're trying to lead the shift at the end of the day. I think R&B needs people that can lead us into the new waves and the new generation, and that's what we're here to do. Yeah.
Yeah, you know, and people underestimate sometimes the power of R&B, man. There's a lot of people who are sitting in this room right now because, you know, their parents got busy, so a great record. You know what I'm saying? No one's getting pregnant to F&F.
Right.
You know
I don't know. I don't know if no one, but
the baby gonna do crime.
Yeah.
They come out on that tip. But yo, man, it's just so dope to see how everything is going and the way all the work is being received.
Yeah.
And I hate that y'all both in here because I love to ask y'all questions for y'all to answer at the same damn time. So you're gonna have to speak for the group as I throw some of these things out here, right? All right, between you and 1985, who's most likely to have nudes leak?
You know what? I've never taken a nude in my life, so I have to say him.
Okay. Let's just say if you guys were in a horror movie, who's most likely to die first?
I'm gonna say him again because I'm out. Like I'm you saw the movie Nope? Like that's literally. I'd be like, nah, I'm leaving. I would have just moved.
Leading with logic.
Yeah.
Between you two, who is the most sensitive? Not sensitive like idea-wise, but like, yo, man, we was watching Alpha Dog and he started crying, man. Like,
I feel like I'm putting it all on him.
you're throwing him all the way
Yeah,
under
I
the
can't.
bus.
Most likely to cry. The reason I have to say him is like, I can't remember the last time I cried.
That's what's
Literally.
up.
So I don't know. I don't know. But again, I don't think he's the crying type either. So maybe
Okay.
we're both in the same space. I don't know.
All right, cool. Hopefully this is not the interview that breaks the group up.
Yeah.
Nah, I know it
I'm
won't
gonna
be,
just throw
man.
it all on 85.
Yo, and once again, the project is called Working on My Karma.
Working on My
When you
Karma.
guys both came here last time, you guys did something that nobody had the heart to do. Do you remember?
The chip.
The chip challenge. If you make it to a minute, you guys are the champions.
There's cold water there too, just in case.
For 10 seconds. 10 seconds to go.
Yeah, I see tears. Are those tears because you got cheated on?
Yeah. 3, 2, 1. Division did it! Division did it! Good morning, Hustle 1. Chip challenge, champs. I watched my man eyes turn as red as that picture in the background in real time.
Crazy.
I thought I was gonna get swung on, but yo, you drank your water, you processed it all. Describe how it felt in real time.
It felt like eating. It felt like eating like lava, like literally like a volcano. Like it felt like this is what they say when they say they're leaving coals in your stockings and stuff like that. Like if that was hot, that's what it tasted like. It was one of the most terrible experiences of my life, and I don't recommend that anybody else partake in said challenge.
Well,
which also keeps us the winners, so that works, both
Indeed.
ways.
So you kind of gave a fair warning. You scared
good
everybody
karma.
off.
See, I
Hell
put that
yeah.
forth.
See, look at Daniel paying it forward, man.
forward.
So, not for nothing, you guys are the division champs. You both got a trophy each
See, and you
with
made it look
flames
like
on it.
lava.
See,
You see what I'm saying? I
with
know
your
exactly what
names
it is.
on it. So, we got to make sure that your partner gets his trophy too. I don't know if you have a bunch of you probably got a bunch of plaques at the crib. When's the last time you got a trophy?
I haven't had a trophy since, I was competing in sports probably.
What was your
So,
sport of choice?
basketball, but that was a long time ago.
Do you
I'm
still got it?
clearly not- nah, probably not.
Even at Dave & Buster's?
Oh, you don't want any Dave & Buster's smoke. Yeah.
Oh, that's the next challenge.
Yeah.
Who's better between you and 1985?
Definitely me on that.
All right, so
That's not a question.
what if all three of us do it and the loser got to eat a chip?
Another one of these?
Probably not, right? He got records to make. Yo, Daniel, we're excited about this album, Working on My Karma. It drops on the 28th of October. If you've seen this after the fact, it's out now, okay? Get into it, make some babies. Fix your life. Work on your karma, get your relationship straight, man. If people want to tap in, follow, see the videos and all that, where can they go?
Division, that's DVSN on any platform you guys look for us on. We'll be there.
The champs are here.
We are the morning hustle.